record on this computer. Ba-bum. And now I am going to spotlight the video here, and you may begin.
All right, go ahead, Jared.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us. Me, thank you for joining us. So today we're going to read Clifford the Firehouse Dog. All right. My name is Emily Elizabeth, and this is my dog, Clifford. Clifford is not the oldest in his family, but he sure is the biggest. Last week, Clifford and I went to the city to visit Clifford's brother, Nero. Clifford knew the way. Nero lives in a firehouse. He is a fire rescue dog. I asked the firefighters if Clifford could help them. They thought he was the right color for the job. Just then, a group of school children came in for a safety class. Nero showed them what to do if their clothing was on fire. To smother the flames, you stop, drop to the floor, and then roll until the fire is out. Clifford thought he could do that. He repeated the lesson for the class, and then he stopped. He dropped, and then he rolled. And Clifford rolled a little too far. Just then, we heard the siren. There was a fire. Nero stayed to guard the children. Clifford and I ran ahead. He cleared the street for the fire trucks. Smoke was pouring from the top floor of a tall building. Clifford pushed the crowd back to a safe place. And then he saw some people who were in trouble. Clifford to the rescue. The heavy hose was too hard to unreel, so Clifford gave the firefighters a hand. But then he saw that the fire hydrant was stuck shut. Thank goodness Clifford was there to unstick it. They had to get smoke out of the building, so Clifford made a big hole up in the roof. The firefighters, they were calling for more water. So Clifford found some, and he helped clear the smoke away. When the fire was out, Clifford made sure that the firefighters got out of the building safely. They were grateful for everything he had done to help. We gave some firefighters a ride back to the firehouse. And then Clifford was a hero. The fire chief made him an honorary fire rescue dog, just like his brother Nero. The end.
Awesome. That's a great book, guys, right?
That was a lovely story.
Awesome. So I think next we're going to see another
So
firefighter.
we're going to go right over here. And this is firefighter Brett Welker coming out.
Hello, hello.
And he's actually going to put on all his protective gear, and we're going to kind of talk about it step by step on what the piece is and why they wear it. You can see him putting it on. All right. Go ahead, Brett. You want to get started? So the first thing he puts on is a flash hood, which protects our neck and the back of our neck, the sides of our neck, and also our ears. All right. Next, he has his bunker pants and his firefighting boots. You see that the pants and the boots are all one, and then he pulls them up, and just like putting the belt on, you latch it together with some big buckles. And then since they're really, really heavy, we have to wear suspenders with them so they don't fall down. The next thing is his flashlight, which every firefighter carries two of them, one big one like that, all one on our coat. And then he has his radio, which this is how he could talk to other firefighters at the scene, and the chief can tell him, we need to go here, we need to go there, and then he can tell them what they have. Right? Next is the firefighting coat. And he's going to buckle it on up for you. You can see there's also a flashlight on the front. Then when he's done buckling it, we'll have him spin around so you can see what it looks like. But all of our bunker gear we wear is black, and then all of the yellow is reflective. So at nighttime, we're in a smoky condition, you're still able to see it. All right, Brady, you want to spin around real quick? So you can see on the back, it has WBFD for Western Berks Fire Department, and then it has the first initial and then his last name, B for Brett, and then welcome. All right?
That's awesome.
All right, what do you got left? One more thing. All right, and next we have his fire helmet that he has on. See, it has a big 18, that's our company number, and his individual identification number, and this is to protect him on a fire scene in case anything drops down or falls on top of him.
That's awesome. How heavy is your suit, do you think? Or how your jacket and pants?
So when you weigh everything total, with all of that on, you're probably adding on an extra 100 pounds to what we have to wear.
Wow.
So it's probably about around 100 pounds, and very hot. I mean, in very cold weather, the wintertime, it's great because it keeps us warm. But a weather like we have today, you get very hot very quickly and sweat a whole lot inside.
Makes a lot of sense. That's pretty cool. What kind of different calls would you go to wearing this? Just specifically fires, or?
Yeah, we wear it for if we go to like a car accident, we'll wear it.
Okay.
You know, if your fire alarm goes off in your house, so we can call, we'll wear it. That way we're always prepared. But it gives us a lot more protection than just for firefighting. So they said a vehicle accident, the way that it's designed, if we come across any like, you know, metal or glass, that will actually protect us from getting cuts or scrapes, bruises from that.
Awesome. Okay, Mr. Tim, do you have any questions, or could you ask the kids in the chat to ask any questions if they have them?
All right, so now we're going to ask people in the chat to, you know, think of some questions, put them in there. That way I can relay them to our lovely firefighters and Miss Tara here so we can get a few answers on that. So let me bring the chat up and see if anyone's interested in doing so. I'll give you a hot minute to think of things to enter there. Okay, Steph says, how many calls do you get each day on average? So just an estimation.
Probably like 2 or 3 around there. I was just telling Tara before this all started last year, we had almost 1,100 calls total for the year. And sometimes, you know, there may be 2 or 3 days where we don't get a single call, and then you may have another day where we could have 10. It's very hit or miss.
Okay. And what are some things that firefighters might deal with that you wouldn't expect? Like, obviously, everyone thinks, you know, going into burning buildings, getting cats out of trees, but
We are we're what's called an all-risk, all-hazards agency, so it's maybe what people will call us for. So a lot of times we do assist the ambulance with certain medical calls. You know, so you may dial 911, need an ambulance. You may also see a fire truck show up. Say you have a smell of gas inside your home. Like maybe your stove is leaking or a pipe outside is leaking, fire department goes to that. We even go for during like, you know, the past couple summers where we've had flooding. We've had a lot of basements or houses get flooded. The fire department will end up showing up to help get the water out of the basement to help protect your home.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. What about you, Miss Tara? Do you have anything you'd like to ask?
Oh, geez, I already had a couple. Let's see. Well, how did you decide to be a firefighter? Did you ever have a moment that?
It's a family thing for me.
Oh,
Third generation.
very cool. That's awesome. I was just saying my dad was a volunteer firefighter when I was little too. That's awesome. How about you, Jared?
Nobody in my family.
Nobody
I
in your
have
family.
no idea how it started when I was a little kid. I mean, it's something that, you know, when 3 or 4 or 5 years old, I said, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a firefighter. Even my family tells me now. Even back then, you said you wanted to do it. So I have no idea how I wanted to really pursue that as a career and as a job. It was a passion at a young age, and being able to still carry that on today for my career.
Awesome. Very cool. Mr. Tim, did I just see in chat, is someone else joining us, or?
No, I was just typing in to let everyone know while an answer was being
Answered.
Yes, a question was being answered, not an answer was being questioned, that they can feel free to type in anything else that they would like to. It looks like we still just have the one set of participants right now.
Okay. Well, we've answered a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And it was great to see you suit up as well. And we got a little show into the different trucks in here as well.
We have some work being done in some of our trucks right now just to make sure it's in top shape. Unfortunately, we really can't go over there and actually, you know, kind of go through them just because of our maintenance guys over there working on them. But, you know, I'll tell anybody that's out there, you know, always feel free to stop by your local firehouse. You know, October is always Fire Prevention Month, so you'll see the Western Berks Fire Department out at Conrad Weiser East Elementary, Green Valley Elementary. Every October, we also have our big open house here at the fire station in Wernersville. We always do it on a Saturday. So we'll have, you know, all types of fire trucks, police cars, ambulances. The library's been here. They've had a table set up. So it's a really big thing to bring community together, but, you know, it's a great thing for kids to come down and see who we are outside of, you know, responding to a call. And anytime, just stop on down. See the doors are open, just stop on in.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for your time today. And we really appreciate your time as well. And I think, Mr. Tim, that's our go ahead that we can end the program then.
All right. I would just like to take over for a second and let everyone know that if you're involved in our Read Squared program, that is a digital way that we're doing our stuff over the summer today, our summer reading program, that we do have a code here that you can put in. We actually also have a video that's going to explain exactly what this means that Miss Tara is going to put up on our social media. We have a code where you can redeem points for that for our program today. You see, I used it so much that I am books now. And that code will give you 50 points. That is F1R3. I'll repeat, F1R3. All right, and as long as you have that up, I think we are good to go. We will see you the next time, everybody. Thank you very much. And now I have to actually end it. Yay.